There are many famous landmarks throughout the world, including the Great Wall of China, the Eiffel Tower, and the Taj Mahal. While these landmarks are well known, the stories of how they came to be are less so. In particular, many people may be shocked to learn just how long some of these landmarks took to construct. Join us as we present how long it took to build these famous landmarks. The Great Wall of China. The Great Wall of China is an iconic structure that was primarily built as a defense mechanism against invasions and raids. It's one of the most impressive architectural feats in history. The wall is the longest man-made structure in the world, stretching over approximately 13,171 miles or 21,000 kilometers. The Great Wall is not a single continuous wall, but a collection of walls and fortifications built across the northern borders of China over the course of several centuries. The most famous sections of the wall were built by the Ming dynasty from 1368 to 1644. Other sections are much older, dating back as far as the 7th century BC. Building the Great Wall was an enormous endeavor, involving hundreds of thousands, if not millions, of workers. It was constructed using a variety of materials, including earth, brick, wood, and stone, depending on the era and the availability of resources. Despite popular belief, the wall is not visible from space without aid. The construction of the Great Wall spanned many centuries and various dynasties. The earliest walls were built of rammed earth and stones by the state of Chu in the 7th century BC. Construction continued intermittently over 2 millennia. The most intensive building occurred during the Ming dynasty from the 14th to the 17th century, when the majority of the existing wall was built. The exact time it took to build the Great Wall can't be calculated accurately due to the fact that it was built in different sections during different time periods by different dynasties. But the construction of the wall spanned over about 2,300 years in total. The Ming dynasty's contribution, which forms most of what we now recognize as the Great Wall, took about 200 years to build. The wall served not only as a defensive structure but also as a means of controlling trade along the Silk Road. It symbolized the power and might of the Chinese Empire and was a significant tool for social control, as being sent to work on the wall was a common punishment for criminals. Today, the Great Wall is a UNESCO World Heritage Site and a powerful symbol of China's enduring strength. However, it's also under threat from erosion, vandalism, and unchecked tourism. Efforts are being made to preserve this iconic monument for future generations. The Eiffel Tower. The Eiffel Tower is a globally recognized symbol of France and one of the most visited landmarks in the world. It's located in Paris on the Champ de Mars near the Seine River. Here's a detailed account of its construction and the time it took to build. The idea for the Eiffel Tower originated in the late 19th century as part of preparations for the 1889 Exposition Universelle held in Paris to celebrate the 100th anniversary of the French Revolution. The French government announced a competition for the design of an iron tower that would stand as a centerpiece for the exposition. The winning design was submitted by Gustave Eiffel, a renowned French engineer. Eiffel collaborated with structural engineers Maurice Coquelin and Émile Nouguier, as well as architect Stephen Sylvestre, to create the tower's iconic lattice structure. Construction of the Eiffel Tower began January 28, 1887. It was assembled using prefabricated iron components that were manufactured in Eiffel's factory outside of Paris. These components were then transported to the construction site and pieced together. The construction process involved the use of over 18,000 individual iron pieces and approximately 2.5 million rivets. The tower's foundation was laid first, consisting of concrete and compacted gravel. The 4 immense legs of the tower were then erected and connected at the first platform level. As the tower reached higher, the construction became more challenging. Innovations in engineering were employed to ensure stability and safety. For example, the use of hydraulic jacks helped position and align the structural elements accurately. The Eiffel Tower's construction progressed rapidly thanks to the efficient assembly of the prefabricated parts. It took just over 2 years to complete, with the tower officially being unveiled March 31, 1889, coinciding with the opening of the Exposition Universelle. In total, the construction of the Eiffel Tower took approximately 2 years, 2 months, and 5 days. This impressive feat was accomplished by a team of approximately 300 workers led by Gustave Eiffel himself. Initially, the Eiffel Tower faced some criticism and controversy, with many considering it an eyesore, but its popularity quickly grew, and it soon became an iconic symbol of both Paris and modern engineering. Today, the Eiffel Tower stands at a height of 1,063 feet, or 324 meters, and offers breathtaking views of the city. It attracts millions of visitors each year and remains an enduring symbol of France's cultural heritage and architectural prowess. The Titanic. The Titanic was a British passenger liner that tragically sank on its maiden voyage in 1912. Here's a detailed account of its construction and the time it took to build. The construction of the Titanic began March 31, 1909, in the Harland and Wolff shipyard in Belfast, Northern Ireland. The ship was commissioned by the White Star Line, a prominent British shipping company. The construction was overseen by Harland and Wolff's managing director, William Peary, and the design was led by naval architect Thomas Andrews. The construction of the Titanic involved a massive undertaking, with thousands of workers involved in the process. The shipyard was equipped with state-of-the-art facilities and employed skilled craftsmen, engineers, and laborers. The construction process started with the laying of the keel, the backbone of the ship, followed by the assembly of the ship's steel hull. The hull was constructed using massive steel plates that were riveted together. The Titanic's hull was divided into 16 watertight compartments to enhance safety. The construction of the Titanic continued for approximately 3 years, with thousands of workers toiling day and night. The ship's interiors were meticulously designed, with luxurious amenities and extravagant features to cater to the wealthy passengers it aimed to attract. On May 31, 1911, the construction of the Titanic was completed, and it was ready to be launched into the water. A massive gantry system was used to slide the ship down a slipway and into the River Lagan, where it would undergo final fitting and interior work. The Titanic's launch was a grand event, attracting thousands of spectators. However, due to a miscalculation, the ship created a large wave upon entering the water, causing significant damage to nearby vessels. This incident delayed the fitting out process by several months. After the fitting out process, the Titanic underwent sea trials to test its performance and safety features. The trials included tests of the ship's engines, navigational equipment, and lifeboats. In total, the construction of the Titanic took approximately 2 years, 9 months, and 16 days. The ship was one of the largest and most luxurious of its time, measuring about 882.5 feet or 269 meters in length and weighing over 46,000 tons. Tragically, the Titanic's maiden voyage from Southampton, England to New York City ended in disaster. On April 14, 1912, the ship struck an iceberg in the North Atlantic Ocean and sank in the early hours of April 15th. The sinking resulted in the loss of more than 1,500 lives. The sinking of the Titanic had a profound impact on maritime safety regulations, leading to significant improvements in shipbuilding, navigation, and emergency procedures. Today, it remains a symbol of human ambition, engineering achievements, and the need for caution in the face of nature's power. The Taj Mahal. The Taj Mahal is a magnificent white marble mausoleum located in Agra, India. Here's a detailed account of its construction and the time it took to build. The construction of the Taj Mahal began in 1632, commissioned by Mughal Emperor Shah Jahan in memory of his wife Mumtaz Mahal. The project was undertaken by a team of architects, craftsmen, and artisans, led by the architect Ustad Ahmad Lahori. The construction process of the Taj Mahal involved a massive workforce comprising thousands of skilled workers from various fields such as masons, stonecutters, calligraphers, carvers, and painters. The materials used in the construction were sourced from different parts of India and even from other countries. The construction of the Taj Mahal started with the laying of the foundation, which required extensive excavation and preparation of the site. The foundation was built using strong brickwork and reinforced with timber to support the weight of the structure. The main structure of the Taj Mahal is made of white marble, which was quarried from Makrana in Rajasthan, around 200 miles away from Agra. The marble blocks were transported to the construction site using a combination of elephant-drawn carts and bullock carts. The construction of the Taj Mahal involved intricate architectural details and exquisite craftsmanship. The marble blocks were carved with delicate floral patterns, calligraphy, and geometric designs. The use of semi-precious stones like jasper and jade added to the intricate decorative elements. The construction of the main dome, which is one of the most iconic features of the Taj Mahal, required great precision and expertise. The dome was constructed using a double shell technique with an inner layer of white marble and an outer layer of marble covered with a layer of porcelain to enhance its brilliance. The entire complex of the Taj Mahal, including the main mausoleum, the surrounding gardens, gateways, and other structures, took approximately 22 years to complete. The construction process faced various challenges such as political unrest, financial constraints, and the complexities of the design. The Taj Mahal was finally completed in 1653, and it stands as a masterpiece of Mughal architecture and a symbol of eternal love. It spans an area of about 42 acres and stands at a height of 240 feet, or 73 meters. The intricate details, the symmetrical layout, and the harmonious blending of different architectural elements make it an architectural marvel. Today, the Taj Mahal is recognized as a UNESCO World Heritage Site, and it attracts millions of visitors from around the world. Its timeless beauty, rich history, and cultural significance continue to captivate people, making it one of the most iconic landmarks in the world. The Egyptian Pyramids. The Egyptian pyramids are ancient monumental structures located on the outskirts of Cairo, Egypt. Here's a detailed account of their construction and the time it took to build them. The construction of the Egyptian pyramids began around 2600 BCE during the Old Kingdom period of ancient Egypt. These pyramids were built as tombs for pharaohs and served as grand burial sites. The most famous pyramids are the Great Pyramid of Giza, the Pyramid of Khafra, and the Pyramid of Menkaure. The construction process involved a massive workforce of skilled laborers, including architects, engineers, stonemasons, and laborers. The construction of a pyramid required meticulous planning and precise execution. The first step in building a pyramid was selecting a suitable location on the west bank of the Nile, which was associated with the realm of the dead in Egyptian mythology. The site was then cleared, leveled, and prepared for construction. The core structure of the pyramids was built using limestone blocks, which were quarried from nearby locations. The blocks were transported to the construction site using a combination of sledges, ramps, and possibly even boats along the Nile River. The construction process involved several stages. First, the pyramid's foundation was laid, consisting of a layer of compacted sand and a layer of large stone blocks. This provided a stable base for the pyramid. Next, the pyramid was built in layers called courses. Each course was made up of carefully cut and fitted limestone blocks. The blocks were lifted into place using ramps and a system of pulleys and levers. The sides of the pyramid were sloped at an angle, and the blocks were carefully aligned to create the smooth and symmetrical shape. The outer surface of the pyramids was originally covered in smooth limestone casing stones, which gave them a polished, gleaming appearance. However, most of these casing stones have been removed or weathered away over time. The construction of the pyramids was a massive undertaking that required a significant amount of time and labor. The exact duration varied depending on the size and complexity of the pyramid. The Great Pyramid of Giza, for example, is estimated to have taken around 20 years to build, while smaller pyramids may have taken a few years. It's important to note that the construction of the pyramids was not a continuous process. It was often interrupted by periods of political instability, economic challenges, and the death of pharaohs. Additionally, the pyramid complexes included other structures such as mortuary temples, causeways, and smaller pyramids for royal family members, which added to overall construction time. They stand as a testament to the ingenuity and engineering prowess of ancient Egyptians. They also continue to captivate people worldwide with their grandeur, mystery, and cultural significance. Now you know how impressive these famous landmarks really are. Now it's time to hear from you. Have you ever visited any of these amazing sites? Were any of them surprising as far as how long they took to make? Let us know in the comments section below.